Welcome back to Proverbs 31 in the 21st. I have a nesting clean with me video today. So the first 2 days we wiped down all the walls and baseboards, moved the appliances and cleaned behind those. And then you'll see at the end of the video, I'm gonna declutter my kitchen and clean out my cabinets, do all that kind of stuff. So come along with me. Okay, so we've got everything moved out from the walls so we can get a good clean in. Do you ever just move furniture and then you're shocked? Does that ever happen to you? Or is it just me? The process that I'm using here is to first vacuum up all the bugs and dust and other trash. And then I'm going in with a microfiber cloth on my Swiffer and just wiping the walls down real quick. Then same microfiber cloth, I'm getting all the baseboards, wiping those down so they're nice and clean. Now I'm going in with a magic eraser and just getting up any stains or smudges that were hard for me to get with the microfiber cloth. I find these to be really effective to restoring things to white when you really just thought that dirt was going to live there forever. And now we are steam mopping. I really like a steam mop just because I feel like it sanitizes without chemicals. It really does a good job of getting all the dirt up. It's one of my favorite cleaning tools. As you can see, mine is beat up. I don't know if you can tell, but there's literally duct tape on mine. I think it was like $60 from Amazon, but I absolutely love this thing. Will I replace it eventually? Sure, probably. I should probably do that, but I really love it. It does a good job. They might still have it on Amazon. Maybe I'll just buy a new one of the same kind. It lasted about 2 years, which, for an inexpensive steam mop, I feel like that's not too bad. So can't be mad about it. Yeah, but I just repeat this process all over the house. My sister-in-law cleaned all this area for me. I already moved that stuff back, but looking good. Okay, so I've been cleaning this windowsill with a magic eraser. So there's where I've done. Here's where I haven't done. It's just shockingly dirty. So this is one of those areas where wiping it down with a microfiber cloth was just not working. It's a part of my regular cleaning routine, but it was not getting the dirt off. But the magic eraser is definitely doing the job here. All right. So we've got the curtains taken down in here, in little man's bedroom, and here in the master. Got 2 windows in here. So all of these, my mom is dusting those for me. That way I'm not up on the ladder. So getting a little pregnant for that type of activity. We're gonna wash those and then put them back up. Before I start that laundry, I actually ended up deciding to move out the washer and dryer and clean behind them. So I'm vacuuming, wiping the walls again. I'm also gonna do the baseboards. You can see the dust all over my butt, which is funny, but I ended up discovering that I could not reach under here, so my dad had to come help me reach. Wiping down the side of the washer. Fortunately, I've got a scuff mark from it rubbing up against the dryer. It's a bummer. Oh well. And here I am vacuuming yet again. Before I go ahead and steam mop, a bunch of dust and stuff came off of the washer and dryer when I wiped them down. So I'm just gonna steam mop the floor and then we'll move the washer and dryer back. All right, here's the after. It's way better. I don't know if I really got good footage of it before. It was real filthy, but it's looking good now, so. Alrighty, the next space to tackle is this hallway. You can see we got smudges, dirt on the baseboards, which I use, like a Swiffer, but sometimes it just gets too dirty and you gotta bring out the big guns. Yeah. I wipe this thing down all the time. and the dirt just reappears. Okay, let's get to cleaning. As you can see, I'm doing the same process as I did everywhere else. So I'm going in with that microfiber cloth on my Swiffer. I'm just getting all the walls. I went and rinsed it there. It was getting a little gunky, so. Up, and you can see my belly when I reach up. Ignore that. But then I go in with my magic eraser and a microfiber cloth, and I'm just kind of detail cleaning both the walls and the baseboards to get all those little handprints and mud splatters and everything off of those areas. At first, I kept getting up to rinse out my rag, and then I realized, just get a bucket of water. So then I just kind of got to sit and scoot around and clean the lower half of the walls, which was nice. I did do the upper half, but I didn't really get good video of that. So I've got the stove pulled out. A lot of junk in there to clean up. Ew. To start, I am wiping down the side of the stove just from all the food gunk. Then I'm wiping down the walls with my Swiffer and cloth again. Then I actually take a spray bottle and kind of like detail clean. Looks like I got some toys. Okay, those little like brown stuff that I'm sweeping up is actually beans from my son's sensory play. He was throwing them everywhere in the kitchen. So then I vacuumed, and now I'm steam mopping this area. As you can see, I couldn't really get to the very corners of the floor, so I'm just going in with my spray bottle and my microfiber cloth and wiping everything again. Okay, that is way better. Nice and clean. Okay, we just moved the fridge, and that is gross, right? But just hold on. Cobwebs. Look at that. Oh my gosh. The dog bowl sits right here, and I guess the dog has been pushing his food under the fridge. So, wow, that is really gross. I need to pull it out more often, I guess. This is your sign. If you have not pulled your appliances out of your house in a while, or out from the walls in your house in a while, do it. It might look like that. This was the first part of my house where I had to vacuum the walls before I could get started. So I ended up discovering that this little cordless vacuum was not going to do it. So I got out my big vacuum in order to get up all the dog food and stuff. I am going to pick up those like ant poison things. I just didn't get it on film for some reason. We're also going to vacuum the little vent on the back of the refrigerator. Now I'm wiping the walls with a microfiber cloth again, getting off all those smudges, doing the baseboards once again. I also go in with my magic eraser. I am also actually going to do the edges of the floor just because I know my steam mop isn't going to get that close, and it was just absolutely filthy. And now we have a nice, satisfying video of all that nasty gunk coming up off the floor with the steam mop. I sped it up for you, so it's nice and satisfying. All right, smudges are gone. Baseboard's looking way better. It's nice and clean down here, just how we like it. Today, we're gonna take everything out of the cabinets. I'm gonna declutter, wipe the cabinets, and then put everything back. So that's the plan. I also have a ton of help. My mom is here today, so thanks, Mom. I definitely had a whole plan to take you guys through each cabinet while I decluttered, but I ended up being so tired that I actually sat on my yoga ball while my mom took stuff out of the cabinets and wiped stuff down, and I just kind of eliminated anything that I felt like could go and be donated. So here I'm just taking you on a tour of all my cabinets that are newly decluttered. So everything really fits the way that it should. My cooking oils and my liquid IVs and other drink mixes. All my drawers. You got silverware, some baking stuff, baby drawer for when we start pumping, all my parchment, Reynolds wrap, that kind of stuff. All of those little containers, storage containers, all my baggies. This is little man's drawer so he can access his own stuff. These are all of my appliances, like small appliances. You can see the tops of the counters are not cleared off, but pots and pans. This cabinet holds all the stuff for my KitchenAid because it sits right up there on the counter. Baking drawer under the sink. And yes, that's all vinegar. I get it at Costco and I just keep it in bulk because I make my own cleaning products. So again, all my baking stuff and the toaster, you know. Obviously I do a lot of baking. My kitchen is a lot of baking stuff. Mixing bowls. All my spices. That's the last one. Here's all the stuff we're gonna say goodbye to, so pretty good amount. All right, curtains are back in place. Nice and fresh. This one got a little wrinkly, but that's okay. Hopefully it'll relax. I realized as I was editing this video that I didn't really close it out. So if you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you like mom content, or if you're inspired to go clean behind your appliances after seeing how disgusting it was behind mine. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.